just tell a bit about this experience you had for the last couple of days coming here and working with the Truth Motherfucker method? And
it was strange for me because I didn't actually know where I'm coming, like what we're gonna do. Like I heard a bit what we're gonna do, but I didn't have knew exactly the method and everything. So it was really interesting. And the writing part, I think that I liked that the most because I don't do writing. So to write my own story, it was a bit challenging. But when Berit told me, like, you have to just keep the flow going, and the questions really helped because, like, you get a question and your mind is like, you get the flow and you just write it down without thinking what it's about. Like, you don't judge yourself. And then because it was like a short time, you didn't have time to like rethink what did you write and if it's right or wrong. You just like get the text and you just read it to other people. And the conversation we had, the reading text part, was really beautiful because it was really open, and it's really nice to share things with other people, the people you don't know and people from other cultures, and to see that they have the same problems as you do. In all the world, we have the same things going on. And then doing that on stage, like, it's a really nice thing that you can tell your story to people and that they come to listen. And like, you're making them, you encourage them to tell their stories. And that's the beautiful part, that you find brave to tell your story, and that story encourage other people to talk about it. And the staging part, like, we do a lot of that in my academy, so it wasn't like something really hard or something like that, because I am an acting student. So, but to see Lorenzo working, it was really, really interesting because I saw his working process, and he was like getting braver and stronger with every day, and it was really interesting.
Was it hard to stand on stage and say something personal? Because often when you work in theater, you tell other people's stories.
Yeah.
And this time you were telling your own. Was it a difference in that for you?
Well, we had this performance in Lithuania with my colleagues, with my group from Academy, and we did something really similar. We had this workshop for 2 weeks where we were telling our stories, saddest stories and funniest stories of our life. But we were like really close people because we know each other, and we are working for 3 years every day. So it was different here because I didn't know anyone in here, so it was a bit challenging more to tell to like a strangers my story. But since I did something familiar, it wasn't so hard, because when I started to study acting, I got this strength and trust to people. I do trust people, and I'm not afraid to tell them what I feel. But it's still a bit challenging because when you're telling something really personal, you get really emotional, and you don't really want to show the emotions. Sometimes you just want to keep that to yourself. You
have done also some, before, like putting it on stage, you also worked with a bit of exercises with Berit, like physical exercises. What have you done, and was it helpful for the process later on? Yeah, I love that that exercise we did with earth, water, wind, and fire. I think that's really interesting. I felt that every part, earth, water, and fire, and air, has a different breathing, sound, and movement. And that was really interesting because it's easier to do it when you have like a good image of that. Like earth is ground and it's heavy, so it helps you. And the air is like light and easy, so you get the image of that. And then later when Berit, like we were doing rehearsals and everything, and when she says, this part should be like earth, and you get like, oh yeah, we did it. It's heavy and it's strong. And then some parts are like air, and it's like easy and light. So that really helped. I love that dancing routine we did. It really free. I really like let me go. Just
doing anything, and it was crazy. I got really exhausted. It's like 3 minutes, but you like put all your energy in that, and that was like, after 1 minute you forget everything and you don't think at all. It's just like releasing yourself.
You came here a couple of days ago, meeting people you never met before, and suddenly you're going to share very personal parts of yourself. Did you do something special to get to the point? Did Berit do something special with you to be able to share very personal stuff together with the group?
Berit made the atmosphere like really easy, and I felt safe in the first moment we met. I don't know how she does that, but it was like we did a lot of talking before, like getting to know. We just said a couple of sentences, but in the first moment I felt like really safe in this place. Like it's our like small community we made, and now I know these people like really, and I could say that really close. I mean, they're my friends now, and that makes you realize it's not so hard to share things with people and to make friends. Like we're afraid of doing that. We're just like really polite and hi, my name is Saule, and that's all. We don't share things, but it's so easy, like just doing that.
Do you think it's important to work together as a group and become safe in the group to be able to do this kind of?
I think that the exercise we did on first days, breathing together or clapping together, it makes you feel like a group, and you have to do that before you tell some personal things, because you have to feel the atmosphere and you have to feel like a group, because if we are just all for ourselves, then it's hard to share.
Would you like to share like 3 things that you will carry with you when you leave this place that has during these couple of days has been very important and will stuck in your memory and in your body?
Yeah, I will definitely use this earth for wind and that method. I loved it. And I think that, I don't know, working with people that are not in theater, just like being with them on the stage, that's like super cool, and I would like to try that in Lithuania. And also maybe the dance. I love it.
Do you have any like final words you would like to say? It could be also about not only about the staging process, but about the whole experience. Do you have something you would like to share?
It's my first time in Sweden, and I love this place. I love this theater place because it feels like a community, and people here are so free and they're not afraid. Like they're so kind and so nice, and it seems like you are not afraid to share things, and you are just being really friendly and really open, and I love that. I miss that in Lithuania. Like we are so closed with shields and everything, and it's really nice to see a community that works. And this place is your home, and really nice thing that you all work to that this place, that it should be a good place, and that the part that you put the ground, this how you say.
Mat?
Yeah, mats on the ground. You do it by yourself. You don't need like people like coming and doing that. You do it yourself, and that like you make your own stage. You make your own place to work, and that's really important.